Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. And in today's video, we'll be learning about the div element, HTML structure, closing tags, attributes, name and values, and so much more. Now, what is a div element? The div element is an element used as a container that divides an HTML document into sections and is short for division. Now, the div element can contain flow content such as headings, paragraphs, links, images, etc. So, for example, we have a div tag here. And in it, we say what? An h1 tag. It's div's child and body's grandchild. It's div's child and body's grandchild. Sorry. H1. Yeah. Then we have another one called H2. And we say what? It's H1's sibling. It's H1's sibling. So H2. Yeah. So the reason why I said the H1 tag is the div's child and the body's grandchild is because the div is in the body. Alright, so the parent tag for the div is the body and the h1 is in the div, so the h1 becomes a grandchild for the body tag. Alright, and the h2 tag and the h1 tag are of the same essence, but they both render different sizes on the web browser. Right, they have different sizes on the web browser. So let's run it and see. So you see the h1 tag is bigger than the h2 tag, but they have the same essence, so that makes them siblings. All right, you and your brother or sister are not the same people, but of the same essence. You have the same blood, right? You are from the same parents. So that's basically the analogy or the dogma behind the div tag in HTML. They separate or they divide documents into sections. All right, yeah. So now we'll be moving on to the HTML structure. Now the HTML is organized into a family tree structure. Now HTML elements can have parents, grandparents, siblings, children, grandchildren, as I've showed here. So yeah, so a good example again. So let's create another div element here. So this is one parent and another parent will be, let's see, div here. So sorry, so let's see, what should we do here? Let's say h1 tag again. H1 is a section of grouped elements. Alright, so h1 and a paragraph tag. We have here's some text for the section. Here's some text for the section. Right, so nice. And let's create another div element. Div. So let's see, what should we say? Second section of grouped elements. Second section of root elements. Then again, I'm sorry, h1, I forgot to say my h1 tag. h1, h1, then what do I see? Here's some text. Alright, so let's see. So you see all of them have been rendered in a browser, and they all have different divs. So the first div has its h1 sibling, ends with its h1 sibling. The second div ends with here's some text for the section, and the last one ends with here's some text. So they've been divided, or they've been sectioned into different documents on the same web browser. And yeah, that will be all for the div element or the div structure. Now we'll be moving on to the closing tag. Now, an HTML closing tag is used to denote the end of an HTML element. Alright. The syntax for a closing tag is a left angle bracket followed by a forward slash, then the element name and a right angle bracket to close. I know that's a lot to take in. So for example, the opening tag, alright, so or the left angle bracket followed by a forward slash, that's the closing tag, forward slash, then the element name, right? So it could be body or video or image, right? So let's use body for now. Body, then a right angle bracket to close. Simple. So this is a closing tag. Nice. So let's clean this there. And then attributes, name and values. Now HTML attributes consist of a name and a value using the following syntax. So in the opening tags, you write the name equals to a specific value, and it can be added to the opening tag of an HTML element to configure or change the behavior of the element. So let's say image. Alright, image. Now image is the name of a tag. Alright, now you can give it a specific attribute or a name to edit your image. So for example, let's say what should we use? So let's use what should we use? So let's say inputs. Yeah, inputs. So let's use inputs. Alright, then the name will be equal to, let's say, the file name, so fname. Alright, this is an attribute in HTML. Right, this is an attribute with a given value. So the attribute is name and the value is the file name you want to present as an input. Yeah, that's it. And beyond to the line break element. Now the break line element or the line break element will create a line break in text, and it's especially useful where division of text is required. Alright, so like in a postal address, the line break element requires only an opening tag and must not have a closing tag. So let's see. So a line break haiku. A line break haiku. Poems are a great use case. Poems are a great use case. Then, oh joy. The line break. And let's find this and see. So yeah. Yeah. So a line break haiku, and it moves on to the next line. Poems are a great use case, and moves on to the next line. Oh joy, a line break. So you see how HTML tags work hand in hand to structure documents on a web browser. This is how it's done.